Two of our clients recently got more sales closed in 48 hours when I showed them the trick that I'm going to be showing you today about how your beliefs and your thoughts affect your results. Hi, my name is Amanda Abea. Welcome to Mindful Success Path. On this channel, we help high achievers, high performers, and entrepreneurs get the results that they're looking for in their businesses and their lives without all the extra stress and drama. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video that we have coming out on this channel. We currently have about 3 videos coming out per week to help you rewire your brain, retrain your mindset, and connect to something a lot bigger than you so you can get results a lot faster. And if you would like to take the stuff that I'm talking about in this video to another level, if you'd like to go deeper, I've got 2 things for you. So the first thing is our free manifestation guide, which you can find below. In this free guide, I teach the 4-step process that I use to completely rewire my brain and take myself from being an overworked, stressed out, single entrepreneur who quite frankly was not really living the life of her dreams to now being engaged to get married, running businesses that run a lot more on autopilot instead of hustle, and also feeling a lot more inner peace and really starting to do things I'd been wanting to do for years, like live in other countries. I'm currently living in Mexico. So that is below. And then if you'd like to go even deeper than that, you can find a link to our Make Money Your Honey mindset course below as well. Okay, let's get into it. So let's get into the context of what was going on for our clients. So we run a program called the Effortless Revenue Mastermind. In this program, what we do is we help you take a business from hustle and grind to really building a business that has a lot more flow and a lot more ease. And what happens when you're moving from constant hustle and grind to more flow and ease is that you got to do a lot of internal work on the inside. So a big part of what we talk about in this program is mindset. There's also a lot of strategy and a lot of tactical things that we cover in this program, but mindset's a big part of it because when you're going from constantly grinding and hustling to building something that is a lot easier, guess what happens? Your mind tries to take you out because all the conditioning you've had up until now about how hard it is to make money. So we make sure to really put a container in there to really help people with their money mindset and share with them tools that can help rewire their minds. So that's what happened last week. We were on our weekly Target Tuesday call, which is our weekly sales training call, and inevitably, because we're talking sales, we also end up talking mindset. And rather than doing the typical thing that I do on Target Tuesdays, I was intuitively guided to share an assignment with our clients because I started to notice a pattern, and that pattern was that they could be doing all the right things, but they still weren't necessarily getting the results that they wanted. And what happens when you're doing all the right things and you're not necessarily getting the results that you want, it's because there's something going on in here in terms of your thoughts and your beliefs. So I decided to do an experiment, and I taught them something that I learned from a guy named David Bayer called the Decision Matrix. And essentially what I did with each of our clients who showed up to that call is I determined what their limiting beliefs were, or really I helped them determine what their limiting beliefs were based on their behavior, and I helped them flip it around. And within 48 hours, they were already making more sales. So one of our clients is actually a bookkeeper, and she's in the process of changing her business model because in bookkeeping, there's still a lot of one-on-one work. There's still a lot of doing stuff for clients, and she wants something that runs a little bit more on autopilot so she can have her time back, go spend time with her kids and her grandchildren. So we're in the process of figuring that out for her, and she's starting to get leads coming to her on autopilot or people reaching out to her through her social media. And she noticed a limiting belief or a limiting pattern that she had in her business, which was the fact that she did not follow up with prospects enough. Now, if you know anything about sales, you've probably heard the statistic that you need to follow up with someone 7 to 11 times in order for them to actually close a sale. It's true. Do you always have to do 7 to 11? No, but that's probably what you're looking at if we're looking at the statistics across industries. And she realized that she was maybe following up once, maybe twice. And I said, oh, that's really interesting. So what are the thoughts and the beliefs that are coming up for you when you're about to go follow up for people? And she said, I have a belief that if they don't want to talk to me after the second follow-up, then they just don't want anything to do with me. I was like, oh, that's very interesting. Now, this is a woman who spends a lot of time in finance. She knows numbers, she knows statistics. It wasn't that she didn't know what to do, it's that she had a limiting belief that was keeping her from doing what it was that she needed to do. So we worked on rewiring that belief. She also had another belief, and that belief was that if she got more money, it would mean that she was a greedy person. That was a big one that was really driving a lot of her lack of results per se, right? Or lack of taking action in the direction that she was supposed to in order to get the result that she said that she wanted. And that came from programming since she was a young child, basically, that, you shouldn't want more than you already have. You shouldn't want more, period. If you want more, you're greedy. Only greedy people want more. That was a program that was running in her mind and dictating a lot of her behavior. So we established what that was and we changed it. And I asked her a simple question and I said, oh, are you a generous person now, even when you don't have the money that you want? She's a successful business owner, but she's trying to grow, which is a lot of our clients. And she's like, well, yeah, I'm super generous now. And I said, well, then what would make you think that if you have more money to share, that you wouldn't continue to be generous if that's already the pattern that you have up until now? And she stopped and she was like, oh, that's a good one. So she changed the belief from wanting more makes me a greedy person to having more allows me to be even more generous because I am a generous person. That same day, she started doing all the actions that she'd been avoiding and she started getting results from those actions. And a couple of days later, got a new payment. Now, we had another one, and this is a very common one that was also in the group, which is making money is hard. This is very, very common for a lot of people. We assume that it needs to be hard because if it's not hard, we don't deserve it. If it didn't come with struggle, then we somehow did something wrong or we don't deserve it or we're not worthy, or there's a million and one reasons why that's a very common one. So we identify the belief making money is hard, worked to rewire that, which is making money is easy. And then we started looking for all the evidence on how making money had been easy in their life. They also had another one that was, I'm not capable. This one was really interesting because this is also a common one. I'm not capable. So we switched it to I am capable. And I said, well, what's all the evidence that you are capable in business and you have been able to do what you want? She started listing it off. And 2 days later, she was closing new sales. That particular one joined us in Effortless Revenue Mastermind, and in less than a month is already closing new sales. And in her case, it was literally just going through a couple of modules and really shifting her mindset and starting to determine what those limiting beliefs were and how that was determining her action or lack thereof. So those are the two examples that I have to give you, because the reality is that our subconscious programming and our subconscious mind has so much power and control over us. It's basic human psychology. If your emotions are being dictated by your thoughts are coming from some sort of a belief. And those emotions that you're experiencing, that's what's typically driving human behavior. So what you have to learn how to do is you have to learn how to determine what's going on in your subconscious mind. In this case, what are the limiting beliefs? And the way that you do that is every time you're in a state where you're feeling anxiety or you're procrastinating or you're really behaving in a way that's not trying to get you where you're trying to go, you just reverse engineer the process. So you're like, oh, okay, well, I've noticed this pattern of behavior that I don't really do follow-up, even though I know I should be doing follow-up. I wonder what that's about. So you have to become the witness first. Then you start going into, okay, well, what are the thoughts that are coming up for me while I'm doing this? Okay, well, I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to bother people. I just assume that they don't want to talk to me. All these things that we're told since we're very young, usually by people who've never made any money, right? And haven't built much for themselves and care way too much what other people think about them, which is a surefire way to stay stuck And the other thing that we do is like, okay, well, what's the belief? The belief is that if I were to have more money and more success, that would make me a greedy person. So then we flip the belief, right? More money and more success means I'm a more generous person. We find all the evidence on how they're a generous person. Suddenly the anxiety reduces, they're able to do what they need to do, and boom, they get results. And the problem is that most people don't know how to stop themselves. Most people do not have the self-awareness, or should I say the practice, to notice when they're going into spiraling thoughts, when they're in an emotional loop that is not productive to get them where they want to go, and then they're not able to reverse engineer that process and get them out of the loop. And if you've ever wondered why people stay stuck and don't get to where they want to go, this is why they stay stuck and don't get to where they want to go. It's their subconscious mind and their beliefs that are still completely running the show, and they need to do some personal growth in order to be able to rewire a lot of those things and actually start getting results quickly, just like 2 of our clients did in the last week. So if you're interested in learning more about the program that those clients are in, you can check out our Effortless Revenue Mastermind below. And I hope you guys found this video very helpful. If you did, give it a like, give it a comment, subscribe. Try this out for yourself. This same exercise, try it out for yourself and let me know how it goes with getting results for your business or your life this week, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.